exercise. Number 1, a horizontal push, like a push-up or a bench press or dumbbell press. Number 2, a vertical push, like the pike press or an overhead barbell or dumbbell press. Number 3, a horizontal pull, like the inverted row or a barbell or dumbbell row. Number 4, the vertical pull, like the pull-up. Number 5, a squat, like the goblet squat shown here, or a weighted squat. Number 6, a hip hinge, like a resistance band or a weighted deadlift. And optionally, an abdominal exercise, like the abdominal walkout or an ab wheel rollout. There are many training splits that are suitable depending on your preferences. A few of the more popular ones are a push-pull leg split, where you would have your push exercises on one day, your pull exercises on a second day, and then your leg exercises on a third day. Or you can do an upper body, lower body split, and you'll alternate between those two. Or a push and quads and a pull and hams split. So you'll have your 2 pushing exercises plus a squat on one day, and then your 2 pulling exercises and your deadlift on a second day. Training sessions per week, 2 to 4 is good for most people. 1 is generally not enough, and more than 4 you tend to get diminishing returns. Exercises per session, 3 to 4 is good depending on the training split that you choose. The number of sets per exercise, again 3 to 4 depending on the stimulus achieved. So if you've done 3 sets and you feel a really good pump in the muscle and some muscle disruption, then you're probably good. If you don't, then feel free to do a 4th set. Number of repetitions per set. Studies show that anywhere from 5 to 30 reps in a set you can get a similar stimulus. But the caveat there is that you have to go to about 2 to 3 reps shy of failure. So what do I mean by that? If you can do 15 reps, but you stop at 10, that's not quite good enough to get an adequate stimulus. So you would need to go all the way to the 13th or 14th or 15th repetition. You don't need to go all the way to failure, because studies show that going all the way to failure only gets you a marginal benefit, but at quite a fatigue cost. So the risk reward there isn't quite worth it. And finally, your rest time between sets can be anywhere from about 30 seconds to 3 minutes, depending on how light or heavy your set is. So for example, if you've just done a very heavy set of say 5 repetitions going near failure, then it will take your body about 3 minutes to recover adequately before your next set. But if you've just done a light set of say 20 or 30 repetitions, then you'll find that your body will recover quite quickly. All right, a couple of sample programs for you here. So the first one is a push and quadriceps day and a pull and hamstrings day. So you'll alternate between the two. On your push day, you'll have 3 sets of push-ups, 3 sets of pike push-ups, and 3 sets of squats. And then on your pull day, you'll have 3 sets of pull-ups, 3 sets of rows, and 3 sets of deadlifts. Or you can do an upper body, lower body split, where you'll have your 4 upper body movements on one day and your 2 lower body movements on a second day, and you'll alternate between the 2. So what about cardio? Should you do cardio? Well, cardiovascular activity like walking or cycling or jogging are very healthy activities. They're good for your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system. All of your metabolic health markers will improve with doing cardio. So if you choose to do it, I would recommend some low intensity, steady state cardio. You can do that basically as often as you wish. 3 to 4 times a week is generally okay. Keep an eye on your fatigue. The other option you have is to do some high intensity interval training like sprinting, but the caveat there is that the fatigue cost is very high. It's also very injurious, so you may find that your ankles or your knees or your hips are starting to get sore from HIIT training. So if that's the case, I would back off, and I would only recommend doing HIIT training once or twice a week if you choose to do it. Your third option is not to do any cardio and just eat a little bit less, fewer calories, and let your caloric deficit be created that way. So I repeat, if you do not want to do cardio, you do not have to do any for fat loss. Static stretching, shown here, has been shown to be ineffective for elongating a muscle, so it is not required in your fat loss program. However, be sure to do a full range of motion on all of your repetitions for every set that you do in your resistance training. Dynamic stretching, however, shown here, is a great warm-up activity, so be sure to do some before you start your training. Also, it's a good idea to do some jumping jacks or running on the spot or a light jog. The idea with warming up is to increase body temperature and heart rate, increase the blood flow to the muscles, release synovial fluid into the joints, and to prime the nervous system. It's also a good idea to do a couple of light sets before you do anything heavy. That, my friends, is a wrap. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Check out my website in the video description, and we'll see you next time.